the New York Giants, I mean, this is almost kind of obvious. Like, Daniel Jones is just lame duck walking, dead man walking, whatever, euphemism you want to use. I just don't know. When you're trying to move up to draft Drake May, when you bring in Drew Lock and it's kind of like, is this guy going to be our starter? When you're coming off an ACL injury, it's already like they've checked out. They just don't want this guy anymore. They just didn't like any of the quarterbacks that fell to 6. He's got a shot. I mean, Malik Neighbors is going to help him. He's a number 1 receiver he's never really had, but I mean, when you already have 1 foot out the door with Daniel Jones, I don't know how he really reels this thing back in. It'd be a great story if he did, but I don't know that I think the Giants are just out, but they just can't find his replacement yet.
Daboll is somebody that the shine has come off a little bit on the last year. And then also, we started this whole show with a pretty heated debate about Bo Nix, but also JJ McCarthy's out there. Like, I'm just left to wonder if one of those rookie quarterbacks they passed on has some success, especially in a market like New York, especially with the fact that Daboll has a little less love right now. I just wonder if that creates an extra level of drama around the Giants this year, C-Rob.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any question. There are a number of teams that, if any of these rookies have a level of success, particularly a guy like McCarthy, who there were opportunities for teams that you slid down in the draft enough that there were multiple points. Some of these teams could have traded up to acquire him, and he's going into a great situation as long as Justin Jefferson gets a contract extension and all the talent is actually on the field around him. Could facilitate a lot of success quickly. And we saw, I mean, we talked about Carolina and Tepper, but Frank kind of touched on it. A big part of the consternation there was because there was another rookie who went behind the guy who was absolutely murdering it. Now, do I really think JJ McCarthy could replicate anything close to CJ Stroud? No. Do I think he could play well enough that the Giants, the Raiders, the Seahawks, it was a multitude of these teams could sit there and go, yeah, we had our shot. We could have gotten up there and gotten this guy. Why didn't we? And that becomes the question in the hallway outside the owner's office. So, yeah, I think it's another layer in New York that I am curious what the runway is there for Brian Daboll if they don't turn it around in some way, shape, or form with Daniel Jones and at least show the position can be more competent than it was last year. The window's not great for Brian Daboll. I think the front office, I think they'll be fine. I don't think the firings would go across the board, but I think if they struggle again this year offensively, Brian Daboll definitely should be looking over his shoulder.